and I will start it up. Do. We last left our hero, quote unquote. And there's our video. Good. We were able to find a way to turn off the radios. So yes, that is where we are now. Assuming I remember to save. Yes.
Lieutenant,
good.
It's imperative that you shut down all of the radios in your squad.
Dragon Zib. There.
Why would I even contemplate
Hi-yo.
doing something so utterly reckless?
The big cheese of the Ruskies is ready to surrender.
Oh
We
yeah,
just
that's
need
right.
to get all of the radio waves in the area.
She said
switched
something
off
about
first.
an order from the
Are
mayor.
you really as stupid as you appear?
All right.
It's probably a trap. As soon as we switch off the radios, they go into phase 2 of their plan, and we're running on 3 wheels. Forget it. Nothing you can say would persuade me.
Not even if I begged.
So a little recap here.
Not even if the mayor himself ordered me to do it. Well, maybe if the mayor ordered me, but that pencil pusher is too busy worrying about re-election to actually do anything.
All right. We have to find the mayor. Meow. Flamboyant, you're the mayor, right?
You just can't stay away from me, can you?
Oh, you.
I like to keep my friends close and my enemies even closer. Also in front of me. Always in front of me. I guess with a high-powered local government job like this, you must rub shoulders with all sorts of people.
Yes.
Why, I bet you even have the mayor on speed dial.
Hopefully.
Oh, perps, you old flatterer, you. I'm way down the chain of command. The coffee boy only talks to me if he needs something.
Blast.
So you don't know the mayor? Damn.
Language.
I didn't say that. I said I didn't know him through working here. I've known the mayor for years. He used to frequent an entertainment establishment where I was a regular.
I'm guessing Mrs. Mayor wasn't with him at the time?
With him? She was working there.
I really need a favor. I need you to put a good word in for me with the mayor.
Eh?
No need, perps. If you want a membership of our special club, I can make that happen for you.
Not that, you debauched dingbat. I want
yeah.
the mayor to order all police cars in the vicinity of Wilson Chase Bank to switch their radios off.
I could probably arrange that, perps. The mayor owes me one after he...
Nope, we don't
La,
need
la,
to
la,
know.
la, la, I can't hear you. I don't want to hear about your disgusting exploits with perverted politicians.
I was going to say, after he lost all that money to me at poker, he still owes me a lot of money, perps. So yeah, I could get him to do that. But why should I? The only thing you've done for me is get me arrested.
Oh. Right.
Look, I just wanted to say about the incident.
Incident. You mean when you lied about Nurse Julie, got me to arrest her for a crime she wasn't committing, and then had me arrested, all the time neglecting to mention your entrapment, just so you could get your name in the papers? That incident?
Yes.
How dare you! I can't believe you would besmirch the name. Besmirch the name of an honorable law enforcer. I should sue you for defamation. I did all those things to get my superhero license, not to get my name in the papers.
Oh, well.
Good job on seeing past the bigger picture to the minutiae.
Thank you, old chum. Look,
Oh. Come on.
look, I need you to call in that favor with the mayor. I need it badly.
Please?
How badly?
I'll do anything you want.
Dun, dun, dun!
I left my camcorder at the apartment. I'll have to make do with my mobile.
Okay, I want my record expunged.
Ooh.
Oh, God, no! What kind of foul practice is this? I've never expunged another man in my life. How will I ever cope with the shame?
Get a hold of yourself,
Mate, all
man.
he wants you to do is get him a pardon for the crimes you framed him for.
Yeah.
That's all? Sweet baby Jesus, that's a relief. But, oh, why don't you just ask the mayor if he owes you so much money?
He couldn't do anything that direct. If people found out where he met his wife, well, let's just say he wouldn't be reelected next month.
Ooh, next month?
What do you think, Mel? Should we get him pardoned?
Well, you did set him up and have him arrested on charges you knew were bogus. Technically, I reckon you owe him a pardon without getting anything in return.
He has a point.
You're absolutely right. By generously allowing him to feel as though he's doing me a favor in return, I'm really going above and beyond the call of duty.
I can hear you right here,
that's
Peps.
what I said.
All right.
I have to go. There.
Away. Where does one expunge? What is Consuela doing here, anyway?
I see your fan club is here.
Ah, jeez, I just can't get rid of this harpy, can I?
Why is she in the front door? We didn't speak to her before. I suppose we should figure it out now. Eh.
Didn't you used to be a receptionist at the AGS auditions?
And didn't you end up working in the TV production office after that?
I found my calling in life, reporting the news for the good people of New York.
Of course.
I see no news truck.
Better job for a woman. You're actually getting paid to gossip. The only way this job could be any sweeter is if you got to do a bit of professional nagging on the side.
Do you have something against women in positions of authority, Purple Patriot? Are you intimidated by powerful women?
I think he's intimidated by anything.
Listen, lady. If I'm not intimidated by how much perfume you're wearing, I'm certainly not intimidated by that microphone and that little badge they let you wear.
I'm not seeing a badge or a microphone.
Hey, Woodward or Bernstein, don't you know the big news story is downtown? What are you doing here? Waiting for a shot of the perps being driven into the station when the real action is over?
Real journalism is about talking to the right people and asking the right questions. While all the other sheep are standing around with vacant gazes and letting events play out, I'm going to get the inside scoop direct from the source.
I don't see any sources here.
Just make sure you don't get in my way, news witch.
Uh-huh.
From what I've seen of your exploits, I doubt you could keep up with me.
Don't worry, mate. This woman changes her job more often than you have hot dinners, and you're up to 4 a day. By the time this case is resolved, she'll probably be a pastry chef.
What do you know about radio waves?
Nothing. I'm strictly a television girl. Does this face look like a face for radio to you?
It looks like a face which should be kept away from open flames to me.
That's all faces?
Hey, I have not had any work done. I wouldn't let a plastic surgeon touch me.
Frigid, huh? I know the type.
I just bet you do. I can picture a lot of women becoming frigid around you.
Let's skip that question.
I have no further comment for the press.
That's fine. I'm mainly interested in speaking to your victims.
Oh, phew. And here I thought she was gonna bar the door. Okay. Zoop. Come on, Mel. We must do some espionage. Again. I think.
It's a trash basket. It contains a lot of used printer paper.
Including several screwed up janitor second-class examination papers.
Apparently, some people felt that, in the event of a toxic chemical spill, putting newspaper over it might not be sufficient.
Yeah, we've been over this. So, Mel, we need you to do your thing.
Why did you snigger when I mentioned that Fruit Loop besmirching my name?
How is it even possible to besmirch your name? Last week you got a citation for curb crawling in the Patriot Mobile.
That was a misunderstanding.
Really?
What did you stand under?
Really, I have no idea who that guy was. I need help. How am I supposed to get a pardon for that ambisextrous loon from City Hall?
Ooh, I like that word.
Ask Sam.
Lieutenant Griffith thinks the death penalty is too lenient as it leaves open the possibility of reincarnation.
What?
Can you imagine her releasing a known felon?
She might if you admitted you set him up.
Oh, egads.
Now, let's not do anything hasty which might get my ass thrown in jail.
Yeah, your ass wouldn't do well in jail. Well, it might do rather too well in those tights, but you know what I mean.
So you see my dilemma?
Yeah.
Yeah, what you really need is some fresh-faced journalist who's dying for a scoop to make their name in news.
I don't understand, old friend. How would that help us?
It's election year, mate. The mayor would have to do something if there was a news story about an injustice. Even Sam wouldn't dare refuse the mayor.
On second...
Aha. So we do have to deal with Consuela. Meow. Yes, I just used the map to exit faster. Hello, I'm here to insult you. Sorry.
Isn't there a girl's...
Why are you so frightened of the media, Purple Patriot? Something to hide?
What, in those trousers? I don't mean to be personal, for once, but aren't you Hispanic?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, if Channel 8 is just for rednecks and racists, why did they pick you as a reporter?
I'm really missing...
Same
like-
reason they pick all their reporters. An amazing set of gams.
I'm the token immigrant to placate all the liberal critics. I'm Peruvian, so I don't look any darker than Megyn Kelly when she's been in the sun.
I always assumed she'd turn to dust if she went out during daylight hours.
Okay, that was not an insult. I am surprised.
Hey, Woodward or Burns?
No, we've already done that.
This SD card contains the What's the matter?
I'm just trying to ponder whose hands we could put it in that'd be more dangerous than you having it.
I don't really need to call anyone right now, which might be...
I suppose this is true. Mel was the one doing the talking. I don't mind admitting I'm a little lost here.
Lieutenant, do you remember that freak of nature I arrested for assaulting Nurse Julie?
Of course I do. We have that barbarian locked up where he belongs, except when he does his community service.
Any chance you could release him?
None at all. That dirtbag and all of his type belong in prison.
By all of his type, you mean?
Don't get on your politically correct high horse again, Melvin. By his type, I mean men who assault women.
Oh, is
He
that all?
stands up for gay men so often. I've been keeping my back to the wall whenever I'm wearing a lycra.
Trust me, mate, the sight of your ass in lycra is only ever gonna turn stomachs, not heads. There's more chance of Andrew Dice Clay getting a recurring role on Glee than you becoming a gay icon.
Lieutenant, It's of vital importance that you release the flamboyant superhero as soon as possible.
Please, just
But Purple
please.
Patriot, it was you who arrested him. So you know he's guilty.
Well,
That's true, but I've uncovered some evidence which suggests it may have been an imposter.
yes. When in doubt,
But
lie.
he was never out of your sight. If the imposter committed the crime, it's the imposter we arrested.
Drat.
He was briefly out of your sight, wasn't he? I mean, you couldn't see his face when you were flashing his head down the loo.
That would have been very
Not
impressive.
helping, old friend.
I'm sorry, Purple Patriot. Unless you have some compelling evidence of the flamboyant superhero's innocence, he's staying in jail.
We'll
Evidence. Huh? Nope, I got nothing.
I
We could. Nope, none of this is useful. Drat. Stan.
This is a superhero bar, right?
Superheroes, supervillains, fans, yeah.
Any hot groupies in today? I could regale them with tales of daring do.
I didn't know you'd taken up daring again.
Oh yeah, ever since I pulled a muscle trying to buckle my swash.
I told you that would happen.
Sorry, boys. Mighty Man Mountain was in this afternoon, and the cutest groupies left with him.
Blast.
What's he got that I haven't got? I've got the body of a Greek god! Right, faithful friend?
You've got the body of several Greek gods, mate. You've got the liver of Dionysus, the childbearing hips of Hera, and the genitalia of Hermaphroditus.
Let's not talk about that.
Thanks for
Huh. I am puzzled. I really thought we were gonna finish this today. Can't quite think of what sort of evidence
I don't know why they don't take this thing away.
we could
There's never
use.
anyone here to use it.
I wish they would take it away. I have to keep reading out safety warnings because apparently some idiot injured himself with it and threatened to sue the mayor.
That's a coincidence. We keep getting phone calls to the Patriot Cave from some cretin of a personal injury lawyer.
Ixnay on the Arkshay, old friend. It's broken. Now how am I supposed to get a ticket?
What do you want a ticket for anyway? There's no bloody queue.
Without a ticket, how am I going to get my parking validated?
If the worst comes to the worst, we'll just ask the parking attendant you parked on top of.
It's a corkboard with various City Hall notices pinned to it.
Due to the high relapse rate, the Mutant Growth Hormone Addiction Support Group will be moving to larger premises.
Useful.
Look, I
Nope, we already been over this.
think. Sure.
And
And we've been over all this.
he was, but
You know.
Tall guy.
you
Huh. Hey. You are always a present, Siriar. You've come just in time to see me be extraordinarily stuck. You
My computer. No.
Nope. I don't think there's gonna be anything here.
We shouldn't disturb the dead. Mel's grandfather found peace.
Only if heaven has no teenagers, hippies, or homosexuals.
Here's hoping.
Well, that was just rude. Nope. There's nothing in here. I could do more talking, but...
Lieutenant!
But
Not.
Grr. Grr, I
We'll
say.
talk later, Lieutenant.
It's my mobile phone. It has a 20 megapixel camera, fingerprint scanner, heart rate monitor, a 3D screen, and I think it's possible to make phone calls with it.
Have you ever noticed how superhero...
No, we've been over that already.
How am I... Now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, what you really need is some fresh-faced journalist.
I don't
It's
Okay, maybe we can get Consuela
Stick
over
around.
here. And she can talk to Samantha. I don't know how this will help.
Have you heard of the flamboyant superhero?
He was arrested for assaulting a nurse. Isn't he in jail?
He is, but I happen to know that he was framed.
Really? How do you know this?
I framed him. Wait, no.
we're the ones what framed him.
I knew it! I knew you would turn out to be corrupt!
Tonight on Channel 8 News, New York's fallen hero, the Purple Patriot, guilty of framing a rival.
Nice.
Dial it back there, Lois Payne. We, didn't know he was innocent when we arrested him.
What?
There was a lot of circumstantial evidence.
What?
Such as?
Well, he looked guilty. That's usually a good sign, right?
No.
We need you to run one of those stories you reporters do about people who have been wrongly convicted.
After everything you've done to me, why would I help you?
To get that sense of smug self-satisfaction that drives all you media types.
Please?
I'm perfectly capable of feeling smug self-satisfaction without helping you two degenerates.
Listen, you scandal-peddling
I wonder how long the,
sensationalist. Aren't you reporters supposed to be interested in the
Stream
truth?
delay is.
I'm interested in whatever it takes to get me in the Anchorwoman chair for Channel 8 and gets that cheap tramp Mindy Mitchin out on her ear.
Imagine how formidable women in the workplace would be if they could ever stop clawing each other's eyes out for being sluts.
Ugh.
Wait, so all you really want is a big story to raise your profile? I've got the story you need! Blowing the lid off a miscarriage of justice will make you the toast of the town.
Please, have you ever watched Channel 8? All they care about is tawdry sex scandals, pedophiles, and stopping immigrants from getting into America.
Ouch.
Well, the story of the flamboyant superhero's innocence will be right up your alley then. You see, he has an alibi for the time of the crime, and boy, it's a doozy of an alibi.
Okay, I'll bite. What's the story?
At the time he was supposedly attacking the nurse, the flamboyant superhero was actually helping catch Cubans being smuggled into Florida.
No, Channel 8 wouldn't be interested in a story like that.
I should think not. It's a disgrace. Some of those Cubans are living in terrible circumstances and don't deserve to be vilified. Not to mention that many of them are robbed and beaten and treated despicably by the smugglers. Good on Channel 8 for taking a stand.
Well, it's just that they're more focused on the border with Mexico. We've been running a story all week about what would happen if the border fence was electrified. Our do-it-yourself experts showed viewers how to build their own electric fence with just 23 car batteries and a roll of wire fencing.
So...
Ouch.
Not interested.
Well, let's try the other thing.
It turns out that the flamboyant superhero couldn't have attacked that nurse after all. He was outside the hospital protesting against abortion.
Sorry, but Channel 8 already has a reporter undercover with a bunch of abortion protesters. Tomorrow, she's going to firebomb Angela Lansbury's house.
What?
Angela Lansbury's never had an abortion, has she?
I don't think so, but she's less likely to have a gun than Chelsea Handler.
So...
Not interested.
Durr.
When the nurse was attacked, I happened to know that the flamboyant superhero was taking part in an orgy. You know how promiscuous gay men are.
No. Stop.
Mate, you can't say that. That's a myth that the right-wing media perpetuates in order to encourage prejudice against the LGBT community.
Yeah.
I've tried everything else, old friend. If that fop with his painted-on mustache wants a pardon, he'll have to put up with a bit of scandal.
But we haven't got any evidence.
Oh, that's fine. Most of our stories are little more than hearsay and tittle-tattle. Channel 8 likes those stories.
It's not even true.
Can he afford to sue?
I doubt it. He's in prison, so I don't suppose he's got much money.
Perfect.
So...
We have a deal. I'll report the story as soon as you get out of here.
can't we stay and watch?
Absolutely not. The last thing I want to do is give you any extra publicity. I'm only running this story because it suits my end.
And a very fine end it is too, may I say.
Oh, Mel. Let's get out of here before I feel even more terrible. I suppose I should go to the bank, talk to Sam, who has finally heard. Have you seen the news?
Seen the news? Apparently, there's a story about the flamboyant superhero.
Yes, I've seen it, and I know this is your handiwork, Purple Patriot.
What? No!
Well done,
no.
mate. You've achieved your life's ambition.
I have. What's that?
To be accused of being the brains behind something.
And don't think I haven't spotted your Machiavellian influence in this, Melvin.
Ooh, I like that word.
I see myself as more of a Svengali than a Machiavelli, but all compliments gratefully accepted.
So you're going to pardon the flamboyant superhero, right?
Nope.
Right?
I don't appear to have much choice. The mayor's up for re-election and can't afford the bad publicity. Can you believe he actually threatened to have me sent back to traffic duty if I didn't sign off on it?
What's wrong with traffic duty?
The only thing I'm struggling to believe is that you went along with it. I half expected to hear you told the mayor to get stuffed.
Yeah.
I almost did, but he's so desperate for votes he actually might sack me. Just make sure I don't regret letting this known felon back on the street, boys. If he causes any more trouble, I'll have both your asses.
And not in a good way, mate, before you ask.
All right.
Why?
Oh, right. We have to go do things and talk
even
to
if
people. This game's all about talking to people. This is a darn shame. I like hitting people sometimes. Getting things done, you know? Yeah.
Okay, Twinkle Toes, I got you your pardon. Lieutenant Griffith is dealing with the DA's office, but it's a done deal.
I suppose the
Now
honking
make
would
with
be
the
a
quid
game
pro
changer.
boner. I want those radios turned off quicker than when the Al Sharpton show starts.
Chillax, perps. I'll make the call.
God, I hate the word chillax. Who comes up with these stupid combined words anyway?
I don't know, some stunts.
Alright, I think finally we can do the heroing. I hope.
Lieutenant, I wonder if we could revisit the radio's discussion from earlier.
Yes?
You've done it again, haven't you? You've gone over my head to the mayor and persuaded him to force my hand again.
Well,
Now,
yes.
How do you know we had any involvement? For all you know, the mayor might have independently come up with that idea himself.
Oh, please. That pencil pusher hasn't had an original thought since the Carter administration. What did you do? Threaten to leak details of his campaign funding?
No, but tell me more.
What are you complaining about anyway? You're always telling people to take more of an interest in politics.
I encourage people to vote, not blackmail politicians.
If he gets the job
What
done,
about the
no, I-
radios?
Yes, I'm going to order all of the radios be switched off, but you'd better sleep with one eye open for a while.
Have you seen some of the women he takes home? There's a good reason he keeps the lights off and both eyes closed.
Delta Golf 17 to all cars, please turn off your radios immediately. We have a technical glitch in the system and need some downtime in order to troubleshoot it. Negative, Oscar Foxtrot 3. How can I radio everyone to tell them the problem has been fixed if you've all turned your radios off? And yours. All right, boys. The entire NYPD within 5 blocks is now in radio silence.
Excellent.
I hope you know what you're doing. The lives of dozens of police officers are now in your hands. If anything goes wrong, every man and woman in the NYPD is going to have a bone to pick with you.
So very much like the time you crashed the Patriot Mobile into Debbie's Donuts.
If they didn't put up such misleading signs, those sort of things wouldn't happen.
To be fair, most people seem to understand the intended message from a sign which says drive-through window.
We'll talk later, Lieutenant.
Well, seeing as things are about to get real, it is time to save. Yes. There we go. Alright. Back to being a hero. We will just do the most heroic thing and negotiate with terrorists. Yes, it has some good jokes. Some good jokes. But it's not insulting minorities and everybody else. A Russian man.
You should be able to tune your radio now. We asked Lieutenant Griffith to...
Shut down campus radio at DeVry.
No, she didn't.
Do you think it's a good idea to tell the leader of the heist that you've just switched off every police radio in the district?
Good thinking, Perceptive.
Is he whispering with his eyeballs?
Lieutenant Griffith will have our balls in a vice if we screw this up now.
And the mayor has to pay extra for that at his special club.
Ahem.
Try tuning the radio again. It should work this time.
There is less interference, but the signal is still quite weak. Let me see if I can boost it anymore.
Come on. Oh,
Cold War warrior calling Colonel Zurkov. Do you read me?
I read you, Commander.
ooh, it's Zurkov.
Wait, what?
The Cold War warrior? What's going on here?
What is status of your mission?
My team has been taken into custody. I am about to close down the mission and allow myself to be arrested.
Damn straight. We won this battle like Americans always win conflicts.
Yeah, now give us your oil.
No.
What about Fat Purple Ringmaster, an English nerd?
What about him?
They are here as you predicted, Commander.
I'm getting that funny feeling again.
What feeling is that, old friend?
Like a 10-year-old who's just caught Gary Glitter smiling at him.
You mean you've been had?
You know who this is, Purple Patriots?
Jamie Kennedy?
No.
No, I'm not Jamie Kennedy. I am former KGB agent who was deported for helping you with fraudulent driver's license.
Yeah.
Could you be a little more specific? We've been framing a lot of innocent people lately in the name of justice.
Tell me, Purple Patriot, have you had busy day fighting my henchmen?
Not so busy that I couldn't take a break to kick your sorry ass, you pimple on humanity's butt.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my ass is, how you say, inaccessible.
Yeah, I dated a few girls like that. But not for long.
Ahem.
I think he means he's a long way away.
Maybe not so far, but somewhere you will never reach. While you clowns were trying to prevent bank robbery, I was taking control of Ellis Island. You know what this means?
You're running tourist trips.
No, pathetic patriot.
Oh.
It means I have stockpile of missiles with biological warheads which could wipe out entire eastern seaboard. If US government doesn't meet my demands, I will begin by launching missile strike on Newark.
Ooh.
Will the Cold War warrior wreak his revenge on the Purple Patriot? Has the Purple Patriot underestimated a dangerous foe? Why does everybody have it in for Newark? All will be
Oi, don't be a wanker, we're in the middle of something here.
But I have to set up the cliffhanger for the end of the issue.
We're not finished yet. We have to go to Ellis Island and stop the Cold War warrior from destroying several dozen metropolitan areas.
Yeah.
Of course, but that's in the next issue.
We're not dragging this out to a 4th issue just so some jumped-up narrator can make extra work for himself.
I hear that, old friend. I can't wait a whole month before I go and clobber that sociopathic Soviet.
But it's such a good dramatic point to stop. If we make the audience wait for the conclusion, they'll enjoy the finale all the more because of the anticipation.
Bollocks. There's some kind of corporate agenda here to make money and screw the audience, and I'm not having it.
Really?
Well said, radical roommate. Let's keep going.
Now bugger off before I forget me manners and put a boot up your ass.
I don't have to put up with being spoken to like this. I played Mercutio in the Rose Theatre's revival of Romeo and Juliet, you know.
So?
Good. Then you'll know what it's like to cop an unfortunate one, won't you? Op it. Wait a minute, aren't we forgetting something?
Oh,
Huh? Oh, we'll rough him up in the car.
No, I mean the gun. Shouldn't we take the gun before inviting the police in to arrest him?
Admirable forethought, faithful friend.
I'm sure this will be easy. We'll just take.
Purple Patriot, Consuela hasta luego for Channel 8 News. What can you tell our viewers about the heist at Wilson Chase Bank today?
Isn't there a shoe sale at Macy's you could be reporting on?
No.
At shortly after 9 o'clock this morning, a group of armed men stormed the Wilson Chase Bank and took hostages. My sources tell me they made no attempt to steal anything or even gain access to the vault. Can you comment on the motives of the perpetrators?
Well, it's kind
I
of
heard there was a 2-for-1 sale on $50 bills.
And they really like those little pens with the chains on them. You can never have enough of those.
Don't feign ignorance, Purple Patriot.
Trust me, love, he's not feigning.
Haha.
The people of New York deserve to know what happened here today.
Not if you want to
Your
panic.
viewers only need to know 3 things, lady. Number 1, some no-good terrorist dirtballs took hostages. Number 2, I kicked their asses.
Hey,
And number 3?
stay in bed.
This afternoon on the Food Network, Ingrid Hoffman will be cooking lomo saltado. Now, get out of my way, you gossip-mongering rumor hag. The men have work to do.
Cut, Hank.
Who's
Purple
Hank?
Patriot, you are chauvinistic, homophobic, and xenophobic. I am going to make it my life's work to get you busted back down to Boy Scout.
Worse.
Ha! You just want to see me in short pants.
Well, I guess we leave. No. We talk to Sam. Yes, we need to do the arresting. That's the thing. There we go.
Lieutenant, I'm pleased to inform you that the bank is no longer under the control of Russian reprobates.
Yep, you can send the greedy, corrupt bankers back in there where they can go back to screwing up the economy, helping each other make enormous profits at the expense of ordinary taxpayers, and asking the Federal Reserve for trillion-dollar bailouts. Is anyone else thinking it'd be cheaper to just let the robbers keep the bank next time?
I guess I owe you two an apology. I thought you'd gone off the deep end asking to release the flamboyant superhero and then having the mayor order me to switch our radios off. But you got the outcome everyone wanted here.
Kind of.
Are you going to tell her or shall I?
Tell me what? What have you done?
Oh, it wasn't us.
We've, only decided to let you take all of the credit for this arrest, Lieutenant. We're going to let you take the press conference and everything.
Well, that's very magnanimous of you, Purple Patriot.
Yeah, they broke the mold when they made me.
I think it's the chin.
He was a very fat baby.
I'm sure the press will want to speak to you, though. You'll stay and talk to them, won't you?
No.
Unfortunately, we have a prior engagement we really can't get out of.
Saving the world.
Yeah, Kitty Claus is marrying the German Shepherd, and someone has to stop the in-laws chasing each other around the church.
No.
I'm on pooper scooper duty. You think she bought that?
No.
She buys you as a superhero. Clearly gullibility is a known character trait.
Okay. I think we need to get to the Patriot pewter? I didn't see any new places to go, so...
I'm not ready to start work yet.
You must admit, as these...
I must have missed something. Maybe it's in my... Hold on. Hold on. Need to find a way to get to Ellis Island. That's why I wanted to use the Patriot computer. Stan. Nope.
Thanks for the...
Not Stan. Flamboyant. Nope. Mel.
How are we going to get to Ellis Island, old chum?
Well, we probably won't be able to get the ferry. A criminal mastermind will have thought of that.
Oh,
but you can fly, remember?
I know, but I get a bit wheezy going to the pizza place and back. If I had to carry you all the way to Ellis Island, I don't think I'd make it.
Well, ask the Bleeding Heart for help. She can fly.
Never! Females have no business being superheroes.
Oh, pish tosh.
Plus, she has that whole self-righteous, politically correct, judgmental thing going on.
That's a shame.
Why? Don't tell
Excuse
me
me.
you're holding a candle for that preachy do-gooder.
Not holding a candle exactly. She waxes my wick a little bit, maybe. But no, I was just thinking that if she has to carry us over to Ellis Island, we'd be staring at her ass in skin-tight red lycra the whole way. But you're right, you shouldn't compromise on your political beliefs.
Now, maybe I've been a little hasty here. Perhaps I've let my personal beliefs cloud my judgment.
Right.
You? I can't believe that.
Right.
It's my duty to put the welfare of the American people before my personal grievances against some superpowered skirt. All right, let's have her meet us at True Believers.
I'll text her.
You have her phone number?
Yeah, remember? You bought her car.
She gave it to me. I say gave it to me. She only used the 256-bit RSA encryption key to protect her mobile. That's practically a come-on to a techie like me. Alright, she'll meet us there. Just remember to be on your best behaviour when we meet her. We need her help, remember?
Yeah, I'll be my usual charming self when we meet with that menstruating moonbat.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Stick around, old friend.
Okay, now...
No sign of the bleeding heart. I guess that serves us right for relying on a female superhero. They're all right until a major criminal operation goes down midway through Days of Our Lives.
Oh, come on.
Alright, mate, no need to get worked up. Let's just grab a table and wait for her.
Let's go talk to those two babes in the corner.
Did
Conveniently
you leave
off
your
screen.
contact lenses on the bedside table again?
What? The brunette looks just like that girl from Jersey Shore.
She looks like a gorilla in a dress.
That's what I said. All right, you can have the pretty one.
That is the pretty one.
We don't have time to sit down, old chum. Besides, my muscles are so finely honed that I never actually need to sit down.
I have several
Hemorrhoids
questions.
still playing up?
Oh, God, yes.
I have several fewer questions.
Hey boys, there's an ugly rumor going around.
Yeah, well introduce it to my colleague here. He'll most probably want to buy it a drink.
Haha!
Word on the grapevine is the Cold War warrior has invaded Ellis Island and is preparing to launch missile strikes against half of the country.
What? That's
Wait
ridiculous.
a minute. There are no missiles on Ellis Island.
Yeah.
Actually, mate, I'm pretty sure there are. Remember when Chimpera Caligupretzel was Commander-in-Chief?
No.
Ah, yes. Halcyon days.
Well, apparently his staff could never quite shake him from his fear that the Statue of Liberty was going to come to life and kill everyone in New York. They should never have let him watch Ghostbusters 2, if you ask me.
Imagine if he watched Doctor
Anyway,
Who.
he insisted on keeping a stock of missiles on Ellis Island for the day when Lady Liberty awoke.
So the Cold War warrior is actually recycling our own missiles against us?
Oh yeah, it's a very cost-effective and environmentally friendly military campaign he's running.
Well, that's nice.
How did you come to hear this story of the Cold War warrior invading Ellis Island anyway?
It's been all over the police radio this afternoon.
What? I thought
You've
we
got a
turned
police
those
scanner?
off.
Of course. How else would I get advance notice when we're about to get raided? You know the funny thing about this attack on Ellis Island?
Do tell.
Apparently, some dumbass superhero was tricked into helping Cold War warrior. He had all the police switch off their radios, so they couldn't hear about the attack when it started.
Oh.
What a muppet.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be that guy when word gets around. We're supposed to meet the bleeding heart here. Have you seen her?
She hasn't been in all day. Perhaps she's busy at her day job.
Now, what
You know
would
what
her
her
day
day
job
job
is?
is? Do you know her secret identity?
Sorry, boys. And even if I did, I couldn't tell. It would violate bartender alcoholic privilege.
Do you think he knows?
Does a duck sleep on its back?
No.
Do what?
No, wait. Is Dolly Parton's ass watertight?
No.
Can I start again?
No.
Please don't.
No.
Please don't.
Thanks.
Sorry I'm late. I couldn't get away from work.
Ah, phew.
This is why there aren't more female superheroes. When there's a major crime underway, they spend 45 minutes in a phone booth because they haven't got a thing to wear.
Hello, Jack Craft.
Whereas when you spend 45 minutes in a phone booth, it's just because your stomach is jammed in the door.
Sorry for all the jokes
When they do
here.
finally arrive, God help you if another
This is
superhero
Supreme
is
League of
wearing the same
Patriots,
costume.
Volume 3.
They'll forget about the criminals altogether and start
Technically,
clawing
it's
each
the,
other's eyes out.
Big finale.
One thing they won't do
I
is
suppose.
disable every police radio within a 5-block radius and allow a psychotic supervillain to steal a battery of biological weapons to use against innocent people.
Ha!
Assuming that's true, and I'm not saying it is.
If you're new to the
is, though.
game, it's mostly,
All right, it is true. But how did you hear about it?
it's mostly
I
these
have my
superheroes
sources.
insulting each other.
You're sleeping with the police commissioner.
I hate to interrupt when children are squabbling. I'll be over here when you're ready to go.
Well, I guess we're ready to go? Sure.
Normally, I find it pitiful to see a woman alone in a bar.
If
Cut
that's the
the
kind
insults.
of line you use on women in bars, I'm not surprised you get blown out more times than a windsock.
Are you familiar with Ellis Island?
I know it was used by fascist politicians to lock up people whose only crime was being born in another country.
If a few more people who were born in other countries were locked up, maybe America would be a safer place.
No.
So
No.
there's no truth to the rumors that the Patriot Cave was built almost exclusively by illegal immigrant labor?
None whatsoever. Paco and Esteban are as American as you or I. Have you met the Cold War warrior?
Of course. I was involved in getting him the work placement at City Hall.
Such benevolence. Why can't you be more like her?
I probably could if I had my testicles removed.
Would that force you to use your brain for thinking instead?
Ooh, burn.
No, but it might give me the kind of terrible judgment that helps a communist terrorist get a job in City Hall where he can plan attacks on America.
He wasn't planning anything until you bribed him and then stood by while he was arrested and deported.
I should say
You
that
can't make heroes act
the,
like villains.
views and
At
opinions
least
of
not unless it leads
superheroes
to a
in
really
this
good
game do not
crossover.
reflect the views and opinions of Phoenix Online. Please, I have to make that very clear.
Shall we take off for Ellis Island? You're not getting any younger.
Whereas you are, but that's just your mental age.
Ha
Mate, I really think we should do something about the flamboyant superhero before we go anywhere. He's gonna be really pissed when he finds out you've implicated him in some sex scandal.
Ha! What's that lily-livered panty waist going to do? Hit me with his purse? Insult my fashion sense?
Too easy.
Look, I just think we should take the time to explain the situation to him. He might take it better if we explain that it was the only way we could get him off. If the first time he hears about it is on live TV, he might go off the deep end.
Forget about
Which-
it. That
which
fairy would
Phoenix
be so
game is
worried he
my
might chip
favorite?
a nail to do anything rash. Now let's get going.
I'm gonna be
going
very
to put that
specific and
communist maggot in
say-
jail for so long. When he gets out, he'll be dead.
Episode 2 of Cognition.
Boy, it feels good to be back on the ground again. Flying is for the birds, pun intended.
I don't know what you're complaining about. I'm the one who had to do all the work.
I know, and I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but I was afraid I would slip off and fall. I couldn't get a good handhold anywhere.
Not for the want of trying.
While you were groping the flight attendant, I was digging up intel on our mission.
Ha.
I was using my mobile to find out what the Cold War warrior's demands are. He wants America to shut down all border control and immigration agencies.
Oh.
If the president doesn't go on television to announce the change in policy by 11:30 p.m., he'll launch the missiles.
Why 11:30?
Maybe he wants to catch Kimmel.
All right. So, Wayne, how long do we got? Because we could finish this, or we could come back next week and then save the day. I'm not sure.
If you wore briefs instead of boxers, everything wouldn't get tangled up.
Does the bleeding heart remind you of anyone?
No.
Well, she does look a bit like Claudia Black, but I just assumed that was an issue of voice actor availability. What are you doing?
Looking for someone who looks like Nolan North.
I understood that reference.
Do you suppose there's any kind of rule which determines whether manhole covers are round and when they're square?
Yeah, when the manhole's square, they use a square cover. It's just better in the long run.
It's actually to keep things from, falling in.
This is the main building here. You can see from the bell tower that this building is where the marriage ceremonies took place.
Marriage?
Oh, that figures. All those lousy immigrants were marrying U.S. citizens just to avoid being deported.
I was just thinking about all the men who were so desperate and repulsive that the only women that would look twice at them were doing so to avoid deportation. It's the historical equivalent of those Russian dating sites.
Actually, I was thinking about the modern fashion of renting the grounds to use as a venue for your wedding and reception. I gather it's very popular among rich Republicans.
What makes you say
20
that?
minutes, huh?
It makes for a hell of a honeymoon.
I think we can do
Do
that.
you know any Republicans who don't get a hard-on at the thought of thousands of immigrants being locked up in a building?
Why do you hang out with this Neanderthal?
He, hasn't always been this way.
Alright. I think we're just going to go for it. And we're going to just walk right in the front door. It's a perfect plan. Superheroes.
Let's get inside the main building.
How do we even know where he is? He could be in any of the buildings on the island.
We used our super
Video
hearing.
broadcast, he was standing inside a museum. This is where the museum is, right?
Oh.
I've never been here before, but I think so.
Be careful of the door. He's probably rigged it up to a live current or put traces of nerve agent on the door handle or some other kind of devious trap to keep us out.
No, but he's locked it.
So much for the easy path. Alright. We'll get the smell.
There's nothing else for it. I'm gonna have to go down there.
Can't we look around a bit more first before we go wading through sewage? There might be a more accessible way to get into the building.
Not we, old friend. I'm going in alone. We don't have time to keep looking. Every second we waste gives that pinko more time to launch his deadly strike.
Every second is 1 second of
Time.
overtime
On the
stream.
flight over, you had me divert via Brooklyn so you could buy an apricot Danish.
Drop it. Thank you.
Well, if you're going in, take this headset with you. At least we'll be able to communicate with you while you're down there.
Finally,
Yeah, all
another
right,
gadget.
Mom. How far do you think this ladder goes down? Whoa!
Not far enough.
Aw, man! I'm covered in...
Human waste?
It's just like that time you tried to unblock the toilet with a pressure washer.
I wasn't having any luck with one of your wire coat hangers.
You.
You pinched one of my coat hangers?
Relax, dude. I put it back when I was finished with it.
You.
You don't think that commie convict would have booby-trapped the sewers, do you? Ah! Oh!
Possibly.
I think this gate is electrified. How can I be certain?
If you have a screwdriver with a plastic handle, you could touch it with that, but
I have a screwdriver.
Does it have a plastic handle?
Survey says no.
No, I'm going to go radio silent for a little bit. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like all of the hardships I endure in life are just being set up for the voyeuristic pleasure of others. Like that film.
The Truman Show?
Being John Malkovich?
No, Porky's.
Tell me, Melvin, have you ever considered developing a partnership with a peer whose inclinations more closely match your own?
Do you do yoga
sure.
that much?
I even signed up for an account at lickmybootsyouppatheticworm.com, but I guess they were looking for someone a bit less wormy. You were talking about working for a superhero with liberal views, weren't you?
I was, but I'll have to remember to wear my new boots next time we work together.
Hot, hot,
Ew.
hot!
You're telling me, mate. I think my glasses have steamed up.
What are you
Ew.
blathering about? That communist crackpot has set up fire pits down here! I'm burning alive!
Conveniently, we don't
Mate,
get to
you
see
can't
any
have
of this.
forgotten what they told us at school. Stop, drop and roll.
Dude, if you could see what's down here, you'd rather toast like a marshmallow than roll around in it.
I told you it was worth paying extra for flame retardant spandex.
Oh,
I refuse to wear anything that says retard on it.
Must be down to a bad experience in junior school. Or several.
Right. I'm in. I just need to get through the...
sound effect.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Language.
Breathe in next time, dear.
Yo, Mel, over here.
Eh? Oh look, he's at the door.
Right. I've done the preparatory work for you, so this bit should be easy. Go down the manhole. Be careful to note when the ladder stops. Then follow the left tunnel almost to the end and turn right. There's a circular saw blade next to the end of the tunnel. Follow the blood trail down that tunnel until you reach a gate in the wall right ahead of you. You'll know it's the right gate if there's feces next to it.
It's a sewer?
Fresh feces. I was frightened, okay?
Ew.
Step over the fire pits,
Ew.
following the smell of scorched body hair as the tunnel winds around on itself. Then climb up the ladder with the open manhole on top of it.
Or you could just undo the deadbolt there and let us through the door.
Sure, if you want to take the wussy way out. I mean, I guess Mel's not really a superhero, so he could come through the door. But I expected more from the paragon of liberal superheroism.
Yeah.
No, I'll just come through the door with Melvin, thanks.
You're not afraid it might affect your reputation as a feminist if you let a man do all the heavy lifting?
No one would ever know.
They would if I told them.
To be honest with you, Purple Patriot, I'm not confident enough in your prospects of leaving this island alive to be concerned about what you'll tell people when we leave.
The Cold War warrior won't kill me, Tipper. I'm more than a match for his might.
Would you just shut up and open the
I
door?
wasn't thinking of him.
Thank you. All right. Now then. What do we got here? An elevator.
The sign lists some of the exhibits available on other floors. They include the American Flag of Faces and the Immigrant Wall of Honor.
Strange.
Honor? We should be ashamed at how we've diluted our gene pool.
I think our gene pool could use a little more dilution. My sister asked me to go to Georgia with her and her new husband to meet her in-laws. Her husband introduced me to his sister, his mother, and his aunt.
What's wrong with that?
It was one woman.
Shutter? Sure. Well, we'll just use the thing. Beep.
It's not responding. I think the power must be cut.
His awkward fat fingers are probably too big for the button.
Oh, come off
Are
it.
you kidding? That guy's got the delicate hands of a craftsman.
I thought you said he had the hands of a craftsman.
Yeah, well, it's another guy who actually turns the leather into something useful, but he beats the cow to death.
Everyone's gotta have a job, right?
You're the one who is good with technology, old friend. So why is it always me that has to poke around inside dangerous spaces?
You have to make sure it's off.
If you get an electric shock and suffer involuntary loss of bladder control, you're wearing waterproof pants.
See?
Just a bunch of wheels and wires in here, old chum.
So what's up with
That
them?
pulley system is very small for an elevator that size.
Typical woman. Everything always comes down to size.
Pot kettle at all, mate?
I have no idea what you mean, old friend.
Well, you haven't got a subscription to Humble Hooters, have you?
I have to admit, though, these pulleys and wires do seem kinda lightweight for a full-size elevator.
Maybe it's a half-size elevator?
It must be a secondary mechanism.
We'll just...
I don't see the point in dismantling these. We don't have any use for them.
They're pulleys. We're bound to think of something.
Yep.
If we don't, I'll rig something up in the apartment so you can use it to get pizza in and out of the oven without getting off the sofa.
Now see, that is a good idea.
Now I hope we don't find a use for it.
Alright, well, we got an arrow over here. There we go. We need to get investigating. Meow.
Look, mate, here's someone who agrees with your hardline stance on immigration.
Haha.
I know what you're trying to do, old friend, so forget it. Early settlers came over here to help the natives. We introduced them to a wealth of sights they'd never seen before.
Yeah, like
Like pumpkin pie and internment camps.
and diseases.
According to this, in 1897, the majority of immigrants were Irish and Italian.
You see? Now these days, people consider Irish and Italian New Yorkers to be as American as anyone else. It just goes to show that the foundations of this city are built upon the blood and sweat of migrant workers.
That's enough to make you change your mind.
Rubbish! New York is built on purebred Americans.
Well, I guess some parts of Staten Island are built on Native American burial grounds.
What is it with you British and walking sticks anyway? Didn't Charlie Chaplin always carry a walking stick?
In his case, it was probably to ensure there was always something on screen more unfunny than him.
Hey.
Perhaps you could carry one around too, Purple Patriot?
Do you think it would make me look more debonair? I suppose it would match my top hat.
I was just thinking you might enjoy not being the dumbest thing in the room for once.
Oh.
I don't want the waxwork, but that walking stick looks like it could come in handy.
We're gonna just... Is it gonna fall down? Is it gonna fall down?
I can't believe you're going to rob an immigrant of his only means of support.
Ha!
Don't be ridiculous. This waxwork is entirely freestanding.
Freestanding, free falling, they're easily confused.
Eh.
He's reaching out for the old man's hand. Boy, that's one cute kid.
Indeed. Surely even the dark matter that passes for a heart in the chest of the Purple Patriot must be moved. Just a little.
Yeah, he's a cute kid, all right. I just hope the old man's got one hand on his wallet. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, come on.
Are you seriously suggesting that all immigrants are criminals?
Well, they get off the plane and the only 2 words of English they know are welfare office. You don't see any of them getting a damn job, do you?
Weren't you just saying the other day that the rationale behind blocking immigration was that they're stealing jobs from Americans? How can they steal jobs if they don't work?
Huh?
Stop confusing me!
If he didn't have a cane, he wouldn't have a leg to stand on.
Let's take the little fella with us.
Sure.
No! I've done enough damage to this exhibit already.
Oh, come on.
Oh, go on. He looks so lonely without his friend. Let's take him with us.
Look, I know you two are getting all cozy and friendly, but you're not Brad and Angelina, so we are not adopting a little foreign boy.
This is a strange family.
Ignore grumpy Uncle Patriot. He's just in a bad mood because his favourite team, Detroit, lost.
Okay. Let us keep going. I'm sure we will find more useful items. I have no idea what they are going to combine into. Let's see here.
This must be the women's immigration waiting area.
Ha! Because
What makes
luggage.
you say that, mate?
Who else would have so many cases?
On the subject of having too much baggage, have you started seeing a shrink yet?
He's got a therapist all to himself.
Really?
Yeah, he says he's not taking on any new patients until he reconciles some of the big guys' personalities.
What does this chain do?
I believe this chain allows them to raise and lower the flag.
It's quite fancy for a flag. You'd think they'd just use a halyard.
Or even a rope.
No, see, a halyard is a... It's a kind of... Yeah, or a rope.
Well, let's,
I'm not touching it. Taking down the flag from a public building without a good reason is... Well, it's heresy or treason or something.
Oh, fine.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
He is at
where
least
1
a
is calling
patriot.
the president a poopy head, and 10 is snapping the Statue of Liberty's knicker elastic, how bad would it be?
I don't know, an 8?
What would that equate to?
Snapping Hillary Clinton's knicker elastic.
Yeah.
You're a very sick man, you know?
Well, we can always use a ladder.
Yeah, we should definitely try to get as high up as possible. Wherever that Russian reprobate is hiding at, he's bound to need a good vantage point. Dude, someone pulled the ladder up.
Well, how'd that happen? I can't see anyone up there.
Handy.
I know, me neither. But just as I was about to climb up, the ladder was pulled up.
Someone must already be up there. I guess they don't want anyone else taking advantage of the leg up that they benefited from.
Well, we'll just have to cheers.
Why would anyone want to sit here? All you can see is a bunch of luggage.
Oh yeah, it brings back memories of vacations as a kid. Sitting in Heathrow Airport watching the luggage go round and round on the baggage carousel.
You Brits are a strange and confusing people, old chum.
According to this, in 1897...
Yes, we've been over that. Well, okay. We haven't seen anything dastardly yet, or Russian for that matter.
It's not
Alright, so. That's the exit again. Don't want to go out. So let's see if we can... Aha!
Bet you can't guess what I'm gonna do with this.
Aha!
If it's a thinly veiled set of racist jokes masquerading as a ventriloquist act, you're missing the chili pepper.
He's going to sneak up on a ladder. Our hero, ladies and gentlemen.
This isn't going to work.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Oh, ye of little brain.
It may be small, but it's packed with synapses.
That's what she said.
I feel like Mary Poppins.
Really? 'Cause you look more like thoroughly modern Millie.
cut the Burns and Allen shtick and get up here.
There we go. All right.
Surprised to see me, Cold War warrior?
Hey.
Not really. I tell you where to find me. I wait for you.
Oh, cool.
Oh. Are you surprised to see my faithful companion, Melvin, then?
Ah?
Again,
Oh.
no. He follow you everywhere like little lost puppy dog. They're beginning to think you joined that heap.
I see. Well then, are you surprised to see the bleeding heart with me?
Ah?
I'm surprised to see you with any woman.
Hmm.
With purple tights and everything, I have you pegged as batting for other team.
Don't be ridiculous. I despise gay men.
I know. That classic sign of repressed homosexuality.
Now listen here, you Bolshevik beatnik. Disable all your missiles before I repress 50 Shades of Grey out of you.
Isn't that supposed to be 7 shades of...
No, I know, but have you read 50 Shades of Grey? Dude, it's way dirtier.
Damn.
Apologies for interrupting Oprah Book Club, but you'll be lucky to get 1 shade before Armageddon. A fully wired up to missile launch system. If my heart rate go above 35, missiles launch. If I die, missiles launch. If anyone tamper with launch controls, missiles launch. If anyone tamper with missiles, missiles launch. If anyone attempt to launch electromagnetic pulse bomb, guess what happened?
Ooh, I know this. Will the missiles launch?
Duh. Plus I lose cell coverage and I downloading Angry Birds Moscow. So that make me very pissed.
We're just gonna stand over here and try to figure out a way to stop you, okay?
Sure. You want me to go into minute details of plan while you try to figure out a way to stop me?
No, that's fine.
Nah, we're good, thanks.
You sure? It's no trouble. I gloat for good 10 minutes about how clever I've been and give you plenty of time to come up with a way to defeat me.
Make like a clam and shut up, Talkie McGee. Are all you supervillains in love with the sound of your own voice or what? Do you all go to the same supervillain university where they teach you after dinner speaking instead of bank robbery?
All right. So I could go back downstairs, just in case. What do we got here?
Each of these consoles is remotely connected to a missile somewhere on the island. They're counting down to 11:30 this evening.
So am I.
Damn.
Good. I'm glad someone is monitoring the situation. Those missiles will automatically launch when their timer runs out, and once they're in the air, there's no stopping them.
Oh, no.
No, the Emmy nominations are announced tonight. I'm waiting to see if John Noble gets a nod for Fringe.
Could we just push all of the buttons? Mel, speak to me. Nope.
I think I should leave this console alone until I learn more about it.
It's commendable to see a man admit his limitations, but if you're going to stay away from everything you don't understand, you're going to lead a very quiet life.
You'll have to keep away from women's bodies to start with.
All right.
Can't we talk about this like rational human beings?
Isn't Rational a bit outside of his comfort zone?
We have to try to talk sense into him, old friend.
I was talking about you.
Hey, listening.
You have a resting heart rate below 35?
That's pretty impressive.
Duh. All KGB agents given endurance training.
You needn't think you're anything special, pal. The Purple Patriot here has had his heart rate down as low as 27. Right, mate?
That's right. Serves me right for ordering the 42-inch triple pepperoni meat fest at Salty Sal's, I guess.
I think you'd have been alright if you hadn't gone back for garlic bread and barbecue wings.
I owe you big time for that night, old friend. That portable defibrillator is the best Christmas present anyone's ever given me.
This is...
What makes you think I can't just defuse all the missiles?
I have doubts you could defuse candle. What you know about defusing missiles?
Well, that's where you're wrong, mate. We watched a 24 marathon over the weekend. We know everything there is to know about defusing explosives.
Well, each missile electronically connected to other missiles. You defuse one, others launch.
Damn it.
Son of a bitch.
Why can't we just disable the launch consoles? There's always some backdoor in these computer doohickeys.
Only way to disable consoles is deactivate all 4 at the same time. There are only 3 of you.
Aha!
I knew there had to be a reason that superhero groups always have at least 4 members.
Have you noticed they always have an even number of members too?
Probably for those long winter nights when you're stuck in the crime cave playing Spin the Bottle.
Oh, come on.
Wasn't it an enormous risk allowing your consoles to be deactivated with 4 people? How could you be sure the Purple Patriot wouldn't bring 3 other people?
Frankly, I surprised he got 2 friends.
Well,
Don't go anywhere, you murderous mutant.
we might actually have something
There
now.
I go. I wired up the machines, dumbass.
Dude, the way this kid's hand is reaching out.
For the final time, he's reaching out to hold someone's hand. He's not trying to pick a pocket, and he's not begging for change.
No, we have an idea.
No, look at the finger. It's reaching out like to press a button. We could use it to deactivate the 4th console while the 3 of us disable the others.
He's right, you know.
I suppose it had to happen one day.
Broken clock, twice a day, you know.
Let's do this then.
On 3. 1, 2, 3!
Stop! The waxwork of the kid has the finger in the right place, but we can't make it press. If only 3 deactivate, the 4th will fire immediately.
Figures that the damn immigrant isn't pulling his weight while the rest of us work.
He's a dummy!
I know he is, but we've only got you, me, and the waxwork, so we need him.
Oh, sure, you 2 flag burners gang up on the man who
Flags,
refuses to
huh?
kowtow to
That gives
political
me an
correctness
idea.
all you like. The fact is, this waxwork is a wax won't work.
We probably need to wire up some kind of rope pulley system so we can move the waxwork remotely.
Conveniently, we have a pulley system.
With this pulley system, we could easily lift the waxwork up and make it press the button without actually having to be close to it.
You know, these
We could,
consoles
but
are
there's
close
no rope or
enough.
cord attached to the waxwork.
A typically useless contribution from the PC Brigade. We want solutions, not problems.
Fine.
Was that really so difficult?
Well, at least we know where a rope is.
No.
Yes.
Mate, we need some kind of rope or chain to rig up the waxwork to press the button on the missile console.
Come on, we gotta finish the
No.
episode.
It's either this or let the entire East Coast, which includes the White House, by the way, get ravaged by biological weapons.
They're sort of just missiles, but
All
whatever.
right, fine. But if we're going to do this, we do it properly. Trusted companion, you lower the flag. I'll stand under the near end of the flag. Moonbat, you stand under the other end of it. Mel lowers the flag gently, and we catch it, and make sure that no single part of the flag brushes the floor.
I don't see this going perfectly.
I'll make sure it doesn't touch the floor, even if I have to wrap it around your throat.
Here's hoping. It's quite firmly attached. Are you sure I'm supposed to pull it?
Yeah, it's probably just stuck. Don't forget, these flags are like the Bleeding Heart's panties. They only come down once every 6 months for a thorough disinfectant fumigation.
Ew.
Pay no attention, Melvin. The flag chain just suffers the same problem as the Purple Patriot's brain. It seizes up from time to time due to sustained periods of inactivity.
No, sorry, it's not giving at all. I'm worried I'm gonna break the whole chain if I pull any harder.
Damn wuss. Let me do it. You go and catch this end of the flag.
Come on.
Son of a bitch!
Put your back into it, sweetie. You're supposed to be the big, strong man of the group.
Just because I don't have to shave my mustache as often as you doesn't mean I'm not a manly man. Just make sure you're ready to catch this when it drops.
It's only a flag, mate. It won't fall very fast.
Are you sure you're not pulling the wrong
Flag
side?
doing anything yet?
Dying of boredom.
I'm happy to report that the flag did not touch the floor.
Shut up.
To be fair, it's an easy mistake to make.
You're being sarcastic, aren't you?
No, not at all. I really don't think any blame should be attributed. The outcome couldn't have been predicted. I'm quite certain the city of New York will agree that Melvin and I should not be held accountable for letting an idiot take charge of the situation.
We'll just blame it on a freak lighting incident.
A freak lighting incident?
Well, you know.
Yeah, there's a power surge in the line, the bracket pops open, chandelier crashes down. Happens all the time.
Okay, we have a chain. And we've removed the chandelier. No one will ever know it went down. It's fine. Okay. Rope.
There's a hook on the back of his head, which is probably used to hoist it around the hall.
If only real little boys came with one of them, no one would ever need Super Nanny.
Okay, the chain is attached. Now we just need some kind of mechanism to manipulate the waxwork.
In traditional adventure games...
That pulley system is very small for...
Yes. Yes. Stop. I know. Quiet.
You two can go and get a coffee if you like. I'm going to set this pulley system up.
Shall we, Melvin?
We'd better stay and help him. Rope has a tendency to wrap itself around his neck whenever he's left alone with it.
Dangerous.
How coincidental. My hands have a tendency to do the exact same thing whenever I'm left alone with him.
Okay, well, I think we can...
There, a perfect example of American ingenuity and craftsmanship.
The pulleys were made in Taiwan.
And I'm British.
Technically, I was born in Australia.
There's nothing technical
You're
about
undermining my authority in front of the villain.
You don't think that happened when you got your foot caught in the chain and we had to winch you down from the ceiling?
that. Well, why didn't you animate that now, did you? There, come on.
You operate the pulley, mate. Once you get the waxwork in position, we'll count down from 3.
It's no good, old friend. I can't lift it with one hand.
Use 2 then.
No, that won't work. He needs a hand free to press his own button.
It's okay. If I lift it up a little higher, I'll have enough time to let go and press the switch.
Okay, but be careful not to lift it too high. That waxwork is pretty heavy.
Oh, I'm sure this will go perfectly
Relax.
fine.
I'm all over this.
Got it?
Just a bit more.
We're on a schedule here, you know.
You know you'll never find a husband if you don't stop all this nagging.
But you could just push 2 buttons at the same
Right,
time.
I'm done.
Great. Release the chain on 2, mate. We all press buttons on 3.
Perfect.
Got it.
1, 2, 3.
Millions of lives are in the balance. I hope that bozo gets this right.
I wonder why the Cold War warrior just stood by and let us set this whole thing up.
Why would I want to cut through a tin can and then slice a tomato? Wouldn't it be easier to just use a can opener?
I wonder whether any of these half-wits has figured out that every disable button launches missiles yet.
Oh no!
What have you done?
We found a way to disable all of your consoles at once! Surprise, maggot!
No! Disable button merely launched missiles. By rights, missiles should be on their way to targets now.
Nice.
Well, they're not. State Department is still reporting all 4 missiles are stationary.
When you destroyed console, you must have short-circuited all other consoles, but missiles should still respond to secondary and tertiary triggers.
I think I pressed my button slightly before the waxwork landed.
Yeah, I got a bit trigger happy too now you mention it.
You must have triggered launch sequence fraction of second before short circuit. Signal has stopped mid-transmission and missile no longer able to respond to other triggers.
You speak nerd, old friend. What does all of this mean?
I think it means we win.
It means he can't launch the missiles. Even if his heart rate reached 150, or if he dropped dead, the missiles are ignoring all trigger signals now.
You
Yay?
mean I can wail on this pinko as much as I like without any risk of the missiles being launched?
You can unload a can of excessive force on him, and the only consequences will be to our reputation, our immortal souls, and your insurance premiums.
Good deal!
I cannot believe my plan was defeated by Purple Pinhead. If your plan had gone off as intended, I would have succeeded.
In case your mother never told you, pal, fortune favors the brave.
And in the absence of valor, tends to side with the reckless.
And the main
There's
characters.
just one thing
and the
that
heroes.
still got me confused.
Only one.
Oh, hush. Let him finish.
How did you pull that ladder up every time I went near it?
It only happened once.
That's a good question. You were nowhere near the ladder, and there was no sign of machinery or gadgetry attached to it.
I had nothing to do with the ladder. Ladder was already being pulled up whenever anyone approached it when I got here.
I guess I'll just have to beat some answers out of him, old friend.
While he's pounding the clown, maybe we could go somewhere and you could show me your laptop, Melvin.
I've got it right here. It's a quad-core...
That's not the laptop I'm interested in, Melvin.
Oh. Oh! You want to get freaky. And yes, I am spelling that with a PH. Mate, I'm going to leave the Cold War warrior with you. We'll be back before he's dead. Probably.
Heroic, I think.
Don't answer it!
Don't answer it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm a bit OCD about phones. I don't want to answer it, but I have this compulsion.
I have a compulsion too, Melvin.
Ahem.
Look, just keep everything warm, or whatever temperature it's supposed to be.
Melvin, please.
Faithful assistant, I implore you!
I'm sure it's just a little thing.
That's what she said.
Ahem.
Hello? Commissioner? If this is about that expensive laptop which mysteriously vanished from the evidence locker... Oh, what does he...
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell him.
Extra cheese. Got it.
Tell me what, old chum?
Apparently, an effeminate man wearing a translucent black basque and pink tutu, and now calling himself the Godless Fairy, has taken control of the 3rd Manhattan courtroom. He's threatening to kill everyone unless the Purple Patriot surrenders himself for trial.
Oh.
I said, surrenders himself for trial.
Maybe I don't want to do the dramatic ending now.
Oh, just shut up and get on with it. We all know how much you lovey types love the sound of your own voices.
Oh, fine. What is the Godless Fairy planning? Will the dyspeptic duo be able to thwart him? When will one of these idiots finally figure out the real identity of the Bleeding Heart? Will we ever get a second season?
No.
Does anyone need a narrator with superhero experience?
Maybe?
Many of these questions, or others, will be answered in the second exciting season of the Supreme League of Patriots.
Perhaps. Maybe. Eventually. But, there we go! Whew. A little bit slower than I anticipated. My apologies. But it does look like we did finally, despite the conversations about Twilight, finish the day, or save the day, and finish the game. Many thanks to these people who made this game that you're watching. Yes. I'm just gonna sit back for a second here. As of right now, no Season 2 is yet announced. For various reasons, unfortunately. I know I can enjoy some comedic superheroism, but it is not on the docket at the moment. Just gonna do a little dancing here. Ah, we're back to the part of the credits where I actually know some of these people. Ah, that moment. That was a good moment. Swoosh. And there we go. Waha! Okay. Well, if we do something again next week, we will let you know. We'll have to figure out what and when. Well, it would still be when. It would still be this channel right here. But we will see next week. I don't remember getting stuck in a trash can. Huh. Zoop. All right. So, thank you for watching. This has been the stream, the finale of Supreme League of Patriots. Tune in next time for something else. Cheers.